morning, sir.
Yeah.
Morning, sir.
Namaste. Namaskar.
Yes, this is Unni Krishnan from Kerala.
Unni Krishnan had sent me a message. I acknowledged it.
I
Correct.
want to ask one question.
Correct. Unni Krishnan had sent me a message, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to know from you one thing,
Hmm.
especially as a mathematics teacher, we used to face a problem that balancing the diverse learning students. That means the slow learners and the above average students. So I want to know from you one thing, how you used to balance those category of students.
Thank you, Unni Krishnan, for the nice word. You have written that your day was a blessed day when we met on 1st April, right? That was the message you made. Thank you for that. Saying that no, you loved it. Mathematics is a subject where you have to visualize things. If you don't visualize, mathematics learning becomes so boring. I am a mathematician basically. I am 100% sure most of the teachers who taught me in the schools were not at all good. But still, we had one teacher who really had a passion for teaching, and he was my role model. I remember meeting him even after my post graduation, even after my PhD. I used to go back to my teacher and then meet him and tell that you are the one who drove me to mathematics. It's not because I was a good student. I was only a second class in 10th. I was only a second class in plus 1, plus 2. But still I wanted to do BSc mathematics. That is just because one teacher who had a passion for mathematics was beside me. But then the other day I was mentioning Anandan Master, who was not a teacher for me, who had passion for, he was a chemist, but he used to teach biology. And then when I was conducting camp, he used to come and then we used to ask a lot of questions like this. So one of the questions which he asked is, how do we make this learning mathematics passionable to my children? So that time he has shown me some experiment, which I am keeping it with me now. I don't know whether I have shown it when the principals meet were Nobel attended.
No.
Yeah. I don't know when I learned it also. So this is a 1 feet by 1 feet by 1 feet. You can buy this scale, which is generally Chinese made. Chinese made is so flexible, not very strong, right? It cost only maybe 20 rupees in market, in Indian market. This I purchased in Hyderabad. Generally scale will have one hole in the one end. What I did is I made another hole and then put a nut and bolt. You can see this. I tried with a nut and bolt. Now this is a square with perimeter 4 feet, because 1 feet by 1 feet by 1 feet by 1 feet. This is visualizing perimeter. You don't have to learn by heart. 1 feet by 1 feet by 1 feet square, if I make, it's a square because all sides are equal. This is how you should teach square perimeter to a student. But my intention was not that. Now look at the area. What is area? Area is, suppose this is 1 feet, 1 square meter. How do you say it's 1 square meter? This 1 you repeat how many times? Suppose this is 4 feet. How many times you can repeat? 4 times you can repeat 1 feet. If it is 1 feet, 1 times you can repeat. So that means this is repeating the side that many number of times. That's why it becomes multiple. Repetition is multiplication. That's how you get the area. Now the same one with a slight difference. If I try to pass it through this, it cannot, because my perimeter, my body perimeter is much bigger than this 4 feet. But that's not really true, because it depends on the shape. So what do? I just tilt it like this and make a circle. Now the perimeter changed. Now this circle, assume that I pass one straight thread here. and then rotate it like this, you can see these two sides will just compressed. That's why the earth has got a compressed style in the poles, and at the equator it has got a maximum. This is vorticity, the tangential. If it is a higher class, they should learn. When anything rotates in the direction of the rotation, the tangential force will pull it outside. So this will be get pulled like this. So it becomes an ellipse. So a pulled circle becomes an ellipse. See how much knowledge can be spared by a small experiment like this. Correct? And now when I pass it through, it may not pass, but with a ellipse it can pass. Am I changing the perimeter? I am not changing the perimeter. Am I changing the area? Yes, I am changing the area. From here to here the area is changed. So there are a lot of things which through small, it doesn't cost you much. It only costs your brain. Visualization is what is mathematics. We teach a lot of formula. I know in Malayalam there is a beautiful movie in which the father is a mathematics teacher and the son is Mohanlal, Tilakan and Mohanlal. A minus B into A plus B is equal to? What is the answer? I want the answer from some teachers. A minus B into A plus B is equal to? A square minus B square. If a student asks, why should I learn it? Where is it useful? I remember in one of the radio talk in Dubai, when I spoke like this, I got at least 10 people asking. 10 people. That's it, good enough. 10 good questions. Sir, where is it applied? I just casually mentioned it is useful and then did not answer. Immediately I got a question. Where is it useful? And they were all drivers, working as drivers in Dubai. See, they are curious. Then they immediately said, I have got the written message which says, sir, we were never taught this in our life. Otherwise, we would have loved mathematics. Where do you learn this? Assume you give a problem like multiplying 78 into 82. 78 multiply 82. Recently, I was giving a course program in the KL University for BBA, MBA students. The program was called Campus to Corporate. In school mathematics, when you do problem, you get 10 minutes for solving a small problem. But when you join for a corporate company, the same children whom you are teaching, they will have to go to corporates tomorrow for job. The time given is 1 minute. So if the mathematics teacher is not able to solve the problem in 1 minute, how do you teach the children how to solve it in 1 minute? So there are students who can solve problems. Mathematics teacher's job is not to find solutions. The idea of teaching should be how fast they can do. How fast they can do, that's a trick. Hard work is not solution for learning mathematics. Trick is the solution. Those trick is what is given in A minus B into A plus B is equal to A square minus B square. 78 into 82. That is 80 minus 2 into 80 plus 2. That is 80 square minus 2 square. 6400 minus 4. So it becomes 6396. What is 55 into 55? Ekadigena purvena. When 5 becomes at the end, you can write 25 and the first digit there, 55, the 5 is there. 5 multiply with the next number 6. 3025 is the answer, 3025. 85 square is 56, 5625. These are all small tricks. You tell this to children, they will love mathematics. They will love the mathematics teachers. I remember in Kuttipuram, I went to one of those schools where that happened to be January 1st. I said, you don't require a 6-page calendar. The calendar can be made yours with a few numbers and little mathematics in your brain. Any date is given, you can make calendar, and then give you, this is the date given, this is the date. If somebody is interested, look at the January 1st. I number them like that. I think it is 2016 or 17. So 170101. 2017 January 1. I made a calendar. That was my class. I never went there to take that class. But then somebody asked, how do I learn mathematics easier? So immediately I made a calendar and showed that now you will love mathematics. So I'm sure teachers should have extra other than the syllabus. Syllabus learning, doing the problems, any buffoon teacher can do, any buffoon student can learn. So teaching mathematics is not completing syllabus. Teaching mathematics is not giving 100% to all the students. Teaching mathematics is to give them the logical reasoning, analytical skill, mathematical ability, which they can use it to solve problems faster. That much time only is given for bank test, or that's only given for any MNC company test. If you are not able to solve faster, you cannot become a scientist. To become a teacher, slow solution is good enough. But to become a problem solver in the real life situations, you can see when the shopkeepers, they do computation, addition, mathematics very fast, because shop people knows how to add it faster. Our children who are mathematicians with PhD, they will not be able to do it. So realization,
Can I ask you?
visualization
Can I
is
ask you one
first.
doubt, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, I am a student. As a student, I am talking in my school days. Or
Who is that? You are not projected. You are.
Mr. Shihab, could you please?
Yeah.
As a student, I am talking, sir. Throughout my school days, I was very poor in mathematics. Compared with all subjects, the least mark I used to score in mathematics till 10th grade. And still I know that I am not poor in my mental mathematics. I can calculate, I can figure out the figures through my mental mathematics, but I won't be able to do the same in a paper, in the writing method. So, what do you think, that I was not properly prompted by a good teacher to have my interest in mathematics, or I was literally poor in mathematics? What's the reason?
What was your subject?
I'm history postgraduate, sir.
You must have studied geography, right?
Geography, actually, even there is one more. I was in science stream in my pre-degree first year, and I used to share with my teachers. First 2 months I was in science stream, and one teacher, one Professor Naushad, he taught physics one day in the class, and that was my last day in my science stream. I asked my parents to change my stream from science to humanities because I was not able to digest what the teacher taught in the class in physics. That was, he was presenting something related with the mathematical formula. I was not able to do. Why I am asking this question, even now I can see, just like me, many students in the classrooms, they are good with some sort of mathematical calculations, but still, these children, they are not able to do mathematics paper well in the examinations. And many teachers are facing this issue.
That is basically because I told you, the speed is what is important when you write exams. Unless they practice with the pen and paper. I think every teacher or every student always should have a pen and paper with me. I need not have a pen and paper with me, but I do. Right? Without writing, if you start practicing, probably it doesn't communicate inside your body. Without visualizing, it doesn't happen. All the formulas which you learn in mathematics are applicable in one or other problems. What happens, most of our mathematics class is only theoretical. If you ask teacher, why should I learn this? This comes for examination. This carries this much marks, therefore you have to learn. You are not relating that to your true life. If you can relate to throughout life, I am 100% sure you will be able to know that. Now in history, from Delhi to Daulatabad, somebody traveled, and that king traveled how much distance, and that distance computation is done with the place and the latitude longitude of that place. When you know the latitude longitude, we find differences. The time difference between Doha and India, 2.5 hours. Why? Actually, who has to teach this? Is it a social science teacher has to teach, or mathematics teacher has to teach? The time difference between two places is a part of geography.
Exactly.
That culture differs, climate differs. What you produce in each place becomes economics. That economics is what given them that history. The history of Kashmir is different from history of India as a total because it has got a different climatic situation. The neighboring countries are connected, so geography matters. The climate condition in Doha, the geographical condition in Qatar determines what Doha became and how Doha became the capital, and other part of the country is totally maybe barren, but this has become the port. Why it has become a port? Geography. So the history is made by geography. Geography is making the economics. How all these are connected with the latitude and longitude and the connection between the neighboring countries. So the time difference, relationship in geopolitical, that's why it is called geopolitical. Geopolitics is a big science. I am a geopolitician because my job in government was strategical relationship between the neighboring countries. So I have to learn a lot of social science. So how did I learn my social science or history? Because I am a strong mathematician. I still believe I could learn that easily because I am a strong mathematician. So if you are strong in mathematics, other subjects become simple for me. But I am 100% sure somebody is only a history or a geography, he finds a lot of difficulty in learning physics and mathematics. Because that is little more involved subject which require teachers' help. So if science teachers are strong, not only they make strong students of science, they can make strong students in social science also. But they have to connect to that life situation. Mathematics have no existence without connecting it to physics, without connecting to biology, without connecting to chemistry, without connecting to social science. So I connect to social science. The whole earth is 360 degree. Divide that, earth rotates 24 hours. You divide it. Exactly you will get one latitude difference is 4 minutes. 24 into 60 into 60 divided by 360. So 2 zeros are cut, 36, 6 is cut, then what you will get is 4. So 4 minutes, immediately you will get 24 multiplied by 60 divided by 360 per minute if you want to get. So it is 4 minutes. So the difference between one latitude to longitude to another longitude is 4 minutes. Therefore India to Doha the difference is that much longitude multiplied by 4 minutes will give you 2.5 hours of digging. And where is it in India? It is in Khajuraho. That's why the other day I was mentioning Sri Lanka. Lenga Vatsya Puravandi. The center is in Madhya Pradesh. So from Madhya Pradesh, you have to take the longitudinal difference. Because Indian standard time is made in Madhya Pradesh. Why is it made in Madhya Pradesh? Because from there, 1500 km to the east and 1500 to the west. Therefore, the approximate 3000 kilometers, 3200 kilometers from south to north. That is India. See, am I speaking social science? But am I speaking social science or mathematics?
This is interconnected, sir.
I am showing. So it is interconnected. You tell me how to teach English. I will use mathematics to teach English also. Because my tool is mathematics. I believe that mathematics. That's why you give me any student who doesn't like mathematics, I will make him to love mathematics. You give me any student who doesn't like physics, I will make him to love physics. Give me any student who doesn't like social science, I will make him to love social science. Actually, there is no difference. It's like if I am a cook, don't tell me just because I make a idli, I become a good cook. I must be able to make at least every variety of items, then only I am called a good cook. So if somebody has to be called as a good student, a good teacher, he must be able to speak about all the... See, in front of you, there are students who love physics, maths, chemistry, biology, and you are the one only who loves one. No, that should not be. Your students also should be loving many subjects, and they can love all the subjects only when you as a teacher love all the subjects. So I'm sure a physics teacher goes and speak to the students little bit of history. Oh, students will look like this. This teacher also knows history. Why? We all learn. That is why up to 10th class every subject is taught. We have a great poet in Malayalam called Kunyunni. Kunyunni master made whole history into A, B, C, D. Do you know what is it? ABCDയിൽ ഉണ്ടൊരു തത്വം, കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം, ഏടിക്കുള്ളിൽ കുടുങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുന്നു BC എന്നാണ് ആ തത്വം. ABCDയിൽ ഉണ്ടൊരു തത്വം, കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം, ഏടിക്കുള്ളിൽ കുടുങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുന്നു BC എന്നാണ് ആ തത്വം. What a great message is this. And how do I teach history in mathematics? I draw a line and put 0 here, and then I will put BC here and AD here, and everything what I learned is marked, and one Excel sheet is the whole universe history with me. So what do? Okay, we have a poet like Vellathol in Kerala. Who was the similar poet in America? Who was the similar poet in Britain? In the same Excel sheet I will go up and then see Britain, who was the poet. So while Vellathol was writing a poetry, what did in Britain, which poet, what poetry he wrote? Is it not a great one sheet is good enough? When Alexander was coming to India, who was there in India? Because I have got Alexander and India who are the rulers. And look at the timeline. It is only an X and Y axis. Is it not a graph sheet? X axis and Y axis like a graph sheet. I put the whole history into one graph sheet. So how do I teach history to children in 11th class or 12th class or even 10th class? I will tell them, make a beautiful chart of your first chapter, second chapter, put them together, paste it on the wall. Teachers need not teach. Actually, teachers are wasting time by reading and then blah 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 blah. The students don't even understand the words and meaning. You are only showing that you are teaching. The methodology for teaching has to be highly innovative and creative. If that I cannot make, why should I make these teachers training programs? Everybody knows how to read something and then blah 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 stuff. No. Teachers, what do? They only take problems and then write it there. No, that is not important. That's available. Today, Google, anybody can learn. Khanacademy.org. There are a lot of beautiful sites in which better teachers are there. So what is that you have to do is connect to those better teachers, take your syllabus, tell the students in a different style, where you make them to love the subject so that they will go there. But what is teachers doing? You are making it so boring, they will go away from the subject. So if somebody has not studied a subject, if somebody says that I wanted to study this because I love only that, if somebody comes and says I love chemistry but not mathematics, that means they had a bad mathematics teacher. Why do they love chemistry? Because they had a good chemistry teacher. That's it. But why did they not love mathematics? Because the chemistry teacher did not connect that to mathematics. In higher PhD level and all, chemistry is full of mathematics. My cousin brother is one of the best chemistry professor in India. He studied in Princeton University. His postdoc he was a professor in a central university. That chemistry teacher now doesn't do most of the chemistry. They are doing full of mathematics. Graph theoretical approach to chemistry. The structure of an element or an atom depends on the number of electrons at the end of the orbit. That when you draw, it becomes a graph, hexagon, pentagon. Number of electrons will define the shape of the atom. That shape will tell you with which atom you can connect. So is it not graph theory? The number of nodes in the end. Tell me physics. I am a mathematician but turned into my PhD is in fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics is full of physics and mechanical engineering. But my papers got published in chemical engineering journal. Because fluid mechanics cannot be done without chemistry. That is why I know chemistry, I know physics, I know mathematics. With all that, when I joined in space department, I had to study history because my job was relationship with the neighboring country, how to connect them, how to make map from space. So I became a geography man. I became a history man.
Good morning.
So it is essential to have connectivity with a lot of subjects to understand it holistically. That is why most of the teachers should start talking to each other. What I suggest to most of the teachers is, assume next year I am teaching history for 8th class. Those teachers should talk to all the community of teachers. Instead of these training programs with me, make your teachers to speak the abstract 1 hour class. This is the syllabus of 8th class history. Let others teachers ask a lot of connection, asking questions, how physics is connected to history, how mathematics is connected to history. Then they will realize, yeah, this is the best method of making me, grinding me. That ability should be there for teachers.
Good
So
morning, sir.
exactly, you are talking about the correlation between
Different
one
subjects.
subject to the other subject.
Yeah,
Isn't it, sir?
yeah. So that students will love all the subjects equally.
Yes, sir.
That is like creating an objective and scope for your learning. Every teacher must know why this syllabus. I was also part of creating textbooks for schools as an advisory member in some time. So we know when we write there is an objective and scope. What is the purpose of this textbook? What is the purpose of this syllabus? If teachers are not convinced internally, this is the purpose of my delivery, the delivery becomes useless. Objective and scope is important. Right, every teacher, every chapter when I am teaching this, why am I teaching this to my children? Don't tell that to get marks, 90%, no, marks they will get if they study these 3 chapters. No, that is not. That every student also knows. What is the objective? What is the purpose? What will do if I don't learn this? Where do I collapse? In further step, because it's like a ladder. Syllabus is created like a ladder. So if something is missed there, then the next ladder they find problems. Mathematics especially. History and all, no problem. If you don't learn some history, the other history you can learn. Not totally dependent. Little dependency may be there. But mathematics, if you don't learn in the basics, and that's why I said, without treating well, they make you to pass. They will fail in maths, physics, chemistry, every subject they fail. Yeah,
Thank you.
good. You can be projected so that I can see. Yeah,
Uday sir.
I am not seeing Shaiju. Yeah, yeah.
So I have already got a message. So I have one doubt.
Ah.
Last time sir told you sir patterns. Mathematics teacher.
Yeah.
I think we can simply define mathematics as the set of patterns, sir. I
What?
have one experience.
What is that?
Simply we can be defined set of patterns, mathematics. With one example, can I start, sir?
Yeah.
One of the day, sir, this was from my family. I received call from my wife,
Hmm.
and there were online classes going on. My child is in grade 3.
Hmm.
Teachers didn't teach grade what we can tell 9th table or nothing, but they were teaching the patterns. Teacher wrote 9 and 18. The next number teacher was asking.
Hmm.
That is, my daughter replied 27, 36 continuously the numbers, 9th table.
Yeah.
Once asked her, did I teach her 9th table like that? I told, I replied that I did teach her.
Hmm.
So from skill they learned that my wife enjoyed to my daughter that she was telling that very simple. I added 10 and subtracted 1.
Hmm.
Such a logic is what we can tell is all the students have, or how can we implement it,
Hmm.
or how can connect with the patterns with the mathematics.
Yeah.
That is my
Yeah.
patterns.
Most of them are with the patterns. If you look at my lectures which I gave for the campus to corporate, what I did was I asked children to make a table of 10 by 10, write numbers 0 to 9, 11 to 20 and 21 to 30, right up to 99 to 100. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then identify different colors. Young children can learn mathematics like this. Take all the 3 multiples you color in one color. Let them look at the table and then do it. Color all the 4, color all the 5, color all the 6. You get a beautiful pattern.
Yes, sir.
And looking at the table in the memory, we can always look at the table because it's very simple. Figures are always imprintable. So it easily you can learn multiples of 9, multiples of 5.
Can you share with us patterns? How patterns?
That's why just now I am saying you just draw 1, 0 to 9,
Yes.
right? Now 10 to 29, etc., 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 99 to 100. You make a table. Look at the multiples of 3. You will see a pattern there. It always have either a diagonal, right? All the multiples of 5 will become one line. And then different colors. And that color becomes imprintable in your mind. See, for example, multiple of 9 is very simple. Because 0, 9, 1, 8, 2, 7. So it adds. Now assume that multiple of 5 you want to write. Write it down and look at it from a distance. Then you will see a pattern there. Mathematics is full of patterns. Repetitions. So observation is more essential. That's what I was telling. Observe it. Some children have this ability to observe it. Now you make the children to observe it and visualize it by themselves. Mental calculation becomes so simple for them. Pardon? Actually children learn every day. All of us also learn, right? See, I never looked at like a pattern before teaching. I'm genuinely telling. Last December, before I taught these BBA students, I never looked at like a pattern. I learned in a different style. But when I want to tell them, I found, yeah, some method has to be identified. I did that. So it is very, yeah. Earlier, traditionally mathematics, like traditional mathematics, we had multiplication table and all, like if you want to multiply 22 into 3. So what is done is 2 lines are drawn, 3 lines are drawn, and count the number of nodes. That becomes 6. So this you can extend it to 2 digit, to 3 digit and all that. Right? This is observing. That is observation. That is what is to be done. So we can do squares, cubes, cube roots. Once you know all this, the pattern is in front of you, then it becomes. If they have not seen the movie called the recent movie, which is that movie, Mathematics Lady?
Sujata?
No. There is a movie on a great mathematician who is from Karnataka. Shakuntala. You look at, she remembers the patterns only. Yeah. That movie is really beautiful. Right? And all the teachers, I remember during the principal's talk, I gave a lot of movie names, which all the teachers have to see. There are beautiful movies which make you to, become passionate teachers. So you invent your own methodology. For a grade 1, it could be different. Now environment said for grade 1 it could be different, for higher class it could be different. So you have to create your patterns.
So 99% of my examples I will introduce from that movie, sir.
Beautiful, wonderful. Love you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.